Hey guys, welcome back to the channel and welcome back to another scrapping video. So as you guys have been seeing in the previous videos, I started hauling scrap with my school bus, and then it broke down on me. So then I got a dumpster in, filled it up, and it had about 24,000 pounds in it. So time to get another dumpster. So I got a bunch of more junk that I want to send off. I knew I couldn't fit it all in the last dumpster, so I figured I'll make it to where I have another load. So first off, we're going to start tearing down this 7020 here. I've had it sitting back in the weeds there for quite a while now. As you can tell, it looks nasty. I've sold quite a few parts off of it here and there, and it's just time to get it stripped down and get it out of here. So I need to get the motor pulled, cab off, rims and wheels off. And then the PTO assembly, top link, hydraulic valves, drawbar, and hydraulic pump, stuff like that. So what I'm gonna start off today's video doing is knocking this one in the head. And then out there we got a 7,000 and a 190 and a few other things that need to go in the next dumpster. So I guess we'll get started on the 7020. So I'll set you guys on a tripod, get this one knocked out, and then move on to the next one. So I started doing some work off camera, and I got the fuel tanks removed off camera, and then I did a bunch of torching, and then picked you guys up, threw you guys on the tripod to get the cab off, which I didn't care about this cab, so I didn't really care how tore up it got removing it, and the inside was absolutely just filthy. So I wasn't worried about getting that middle floor panel out, which if you're removing a 7000 series cab, you want to remove that floor panel and all the bolts and whatnot. But I got it off and tore up a bunch getting it off. But this mat is filled with tons of crap, and it's disgusting. So I just went ahead and torched a bunch. I ripped this up because I don't really want that. All I really want out of this is the dash. So looks like I didn't tear it up, so that's a good thing. But all this other stuff is junk. But now I can get to them valves super easy and get them off of there. So that'll probably be the next step. And then get the motor off, dash out, oil cooler off, and the hydraulic pump, which is right down in there. And then yeah, just withering away. So I guess what I need to do now is set you guys back on the tripod and get busy. This top link ain't wanting to come out easy. The pin must be froze or something. So probably have to put a little heat on that and get that off. But other than that, I'm making pretty good headway, and I will set you guys back on the tripod and get back to work. you guys seen in the time lapse, I got the valve assembly off and a few other things done. And then it's just been sitting here for a few days because I haven't had time to work on it. Been busy doing other stuff. And yeah, I got the hydraulic pump kind of loose. I'm just trying to break it free because it's being a pain in the butt. There's O-rings in there that hold it in, and bolts. I got all the bolts out. The O-rings just aren't wanting to come loose. Has that filter in the bottom too that you got to make sure to pull the pump. And I got all that free. So been working at that, but I ain't touched this tractor for a couple days just because of the rain and everything else I've been working on. So it's just been sitting there. But today, that one is the least of my concern, because I got a good buddy of mine, good customer of mine, that needs brakes off of this 7000 here. And if you've been around a 7000 at all, the right hand side is pretty tricky to get to. The left hand side's pretty easy. I already got the cover off of it, but he needs everything on the inside and whatnot. This side has the valves and everything holding it all in, and then you got the cab, and then the wheel centers I've got pop free, so they're pushed in and just making it all a mess. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna rip the cab off of this tractor as well, because I need to get this done. It's gonna rain for like the next week and a half. So I need to get this done, get them off there for him, and go from there. So what I need to do is I need to rip the cab off, get the wheels and tires off, and then conquer the brakes, get them all off, and then worry about the 7020 after I get all that done. Because this one was on my agenda to destroy as well, to get it out here because it's ugly and sat here too long. Because I wanted to get this one, that 7020 and that 7580 gone out of here. I'm tired of looking at them. So that is the plan here today, because I need to get all that done and get them parts shipped out the door to my buddy. So I guess what I'm gonna do now is set the 7020 over there down on the ground so my telehandler's free, and get that cab torched off, the wheels and tires off, and get to conquering them brakes. So I guess what I'm gonna do is set you guys on the tripod and try to get that knocked out real quick. Got the cab off and the rear tires off, and then I turned you guys off and got both the brakes out. So I was planning on putting you guys back on the tripod, but came apart a lot easier than I had expected. So I got everything the guy needs. He don't need the housing, he just needed the the caps and then the drums, or whatever you want to call them. I'll show you what they are. He just needed these pieces, these two caps, because his were pitted really bad. So I got them off. He doesn't need the pads, but I'm going to send him the pads. And then he needed these, because they were pitted really bad too. These will clean up pretty nice. So got all that apart for him. And then he needed some of the frame rail bolts, so I got them apart for him as well. And probably be shipping them out tomorrow. I trust him, so send him the parts. I don't really worry about him paying me or not, because I know he will sooner or later. Most people I'm not that nice to, but yeah. So this one I think I'm gonna pause for now on it, because I got what I needed off of it for now. So I need to get back on that 7020 to get it out of the way, and then I'll come back to this one and tear it apart the rest of the way. Might have the hydraulic pump sold. I got to make a phone call. I might be selling it off of this unit as well. So I guess for now I'm gonna set you guys down, and if I get eager enough here today, the rest of the day, I might pick you guys back up and get started on that 70/20 again. But if not, then I'll pick you guys up when it's a beautiful day out and get it tore apart. So I'll see you guys when I get back to work. I'm not sure where I left you guys off at working on this 50/20 here, but I got the rear rims and tires off, as I think you guys seen, and then I went ahead off camera, I think, and got the PTO pulled. I just got the dash pulled. It's laying right over there, and it's for another project, which you guys will see later on the channel. And then I got the hydraulic pump pulled as well, and then the top link and stuff like that. But I finally got a dumpster. It arrived yesterday, I think it was, and I'm sure you guys have already seen this video by now, but I filled it pretty much with the bus stuff. So I'm hoping that these rear ends smash that down, because I still got a lot of scrap to throw in there. So to get this rear end here to fit a little bit better in there, I have already unbolted this axle because it is too wide to fit in the dumpster. So I've unbolted this axle. I'm gonna rip it off real quick, and then it'll sit in there better. And I'm gonna put it toward the back just because, just so it don't go rolling backwards and then bust through the rear gate. So put it in the back there, and then throw the axle in there, and then I'll probably get started on a 190 rear end. I just need to pull the high-low out of it and the shifter assembly off of it, and then get started on that 7,000, depending on how much more room I have in this dumpster. So guess I'll set you guys on the tripod now and get this 70/20 out, or in there. Just like that, it's in. Time to go work on the next one. Here's the next piece to tackle for the dumpster. So I need to get this inner tube off because the high-low valve is right there. So I got to take the valve off and that cover off, and then slide the inner tube off, and then I get to the high-low in there and get it off, and then I need to pull the shifter assembly off and the dipsticks, and then this one can go in the dump. So guess I'll set you guys on a tripod now and tackle this little deal here. Got what I wanted off of this 190 here. I wanted a PTO shaft, but it wouldn't come out. It's all nasty on the end, so I was figuring, don't worry about it. Just lost some parts. I'll come back. But it's out, or the high-low's out and stuff like that. And yeah, it's headed for the dumpster now. Figure out. Hopefully it crushes the roof and the sides, but I guess we'll see. It's a really humid day today. Holy cow. It rained this morning like a storm. And then it got humid as all get out. So, come right on this side, don't hit my truck. Don't hit the container either. I mean the dumpster. Oh, lost more part. Great. I think I might just try to make it hit it because it's kind of there. I like that. Now, throw this in there. Oh yeah, I crushed it down real good. Heck yeah. Still got a little bit of room in here left. So, guess I will go back out there. I got some customers wanting to kind of pick up parts, so I'll go find them for the customers and then go back out there and work on some more junk. It's been a few days now since I worked on loading that dumpster. And it's not full, but it's getting there. So that is good. Today's July 4th. So I hope to have them pick it up tomorrow. But off camera here today, I ain't really been wanting to film today. I have been working on the 7580 that has been here and I've talked about in some videos. I bought this tractor like in 2020, so it's been here a long time. I've sold tons of parts off of it, but it's just so big and bulky. I needed to tear it down so I can move it around, and half the stuff ain't gonna sell. So I figured I might as well throw it in this dumpster. So I've been working at getting the rear end off, and as you can tell, there's no rear end on it. So I got the rear end off. That's the hydraulic pump that bolted to the rear end. So yeah, now what I need to do on this thing is get the drop box and transmission out, unbolt the front axle, and the rest can go in the dump too. Well, I want to keep that cylinder too. But that'll probably all be another dumpster later on down the road, because I'm ready to relax for the rest of the day. But here is the rear end, and I finally got the drawbar out to get the drawbar carrier off, and then I finally got the quick hitch off of it. I had to go ahead and torch the lower lift arm because that pin would not come out. So had to just torch the lower lift arm to get that quick hitch off because I didn't want it to go to scrap. And then, yeah, I got both axles ripped off just so it fits better in the container or the dumpster, and go from there. So thought about keeping the PTO, but I've decided not to. I don't really care to throw it on the shelf and look at it. But yeah, here's my lower lift arm I torched off, and yeah, so this thing's pretty much ready to go in the dumpster. I know there's still a lot of good parts on it, but it's not worth my time. Definitely not worth my time. And the only reason I am throwing this rear end in the dumpster, I would keep it since it's a 7580 four-wheel drive rear end. But that rear end locked up on me when I was driving the tractor out here. So that's the only reason I'm throwing the rear end in the garbage. But I know the transmission's good because I drove it out there, and drop box good and stuff like that. The motor was strong on a motor that I took out of it. But yeah, I was gonna fix up that 7580 a couple years ago, but once the rear end locked up, I was like, this thing is not worth my time. And it was real ugly anyways. It sat for a while, so who knows what else would have happened to it if I did go to fix it up. But yeah, I guess I need to get this stuff thrown in the dumpster, and then I'm gonna call it quits for the day. got the 7580 rear end and one of the axles in the dumpster. Still got a few more little things out there to throw in the dumpster, but I ain't gonna bore you guys with that just because it is boring. Unless I had to yell in like time-lapse mode, but then I'd have to gather everything up, and that's a lot of work. So yeah, there's 7580 rear end, a 190 rear end, 7020 parts, and then yeah, some other miscellaneous stuff. So I will gather up all that other stuff, get it thrown in here, and then the dumpster will be ready to get picked up tomorrow, and I can make some money. So scrap has went down. It's only like 100 a ton now, so that sucks, but ain't nothing I can do about it. So yeah, hopefully you guys enjoyed part 3 or 4, whatever it is now, of the scrap adventures. I could probably fill one more dumpster, but I'm just gonna hold off for now, see what prices do, and if they bottom out, then I guess I probably would have wished I would have loaded another dumpster, but hopefully they go back up before too long and I can start making some more money. But I've been buying a lot of running tractors, so I ain't been parting out as much, so I ain't been accumulating the scrap like I normally do. So yeah, I should have a bunch of more good videos coming out. Most of my videos are a few weeks behind, so by the time you're seeing this video, it's been a few weeks. So yeah, hopefully you guys enjoyed today's video. If you did, make sure to hit that like button for me. If you're into the scrap hauling adventures, might as well hit that subscribe button, because you never know when I'm going to be hauling scrap or how I'm hauling scrap, because that bus adventure is pretty fun. So I might have to figure out another way to haul some more scrap that's enjoying to watch and fun. So these dumpsters are just handy because it doesn't cost much to get the dumpsters, and then your containers right here, so all you gotta do is bring your stuff to it, and then yeah, you ain't gotta worry about flat tires or any of that stuff damaging your stuff. So it's kind of why I like a dumpster. But that bus adventure sure was fun. So yeah, I guess I'm probably gonna end off the video here and finish loading this dumpster, relax for the rest of the evening, and then pick it back up tomorrow. So yeah, I guess stay tuned to the channel if you guys are enjoying the videos, and thanks for all love and support on all the videos, and I guess I'll catch y'all on the next one. Thanks for watching, take care, and God bless.